Hello, welcome to Matrix of Tech. We are the robust automation testers. This demo illustrates the end-to-end test creation in Ascential Test. Ascential Test is an object-oriented testing tool with unique snapshot technology which includes drag and drop feature enhanced to make hard things easy in software testing. Snapshots are used for creating object definitions, test data tables, and step or test actions. Let's begin with how Ascential Test captures and recognizes all the objects of an application. In order to take a snapshot, place the cursor in the middle of the application page, screen or window, and press the Ctrl and Shift keys together. You can notice a small pop-up message will be displayed that indicates that a snapshot has been captured. Ascential Test will be automatically invoked with the snapshot loaded. This way you can capture any number of snapshots. Close the application and navigate to Ascential Test. So this is the snapshot that has been captured. Let's begin with the object definition. App objects are created by interacting with the snapshot image, dragging elements to be defined from the image to the App Objects panel. You can notice two panels. This is the snapshot panel, and towards the left we have the Elements panel consisting of all the elements that make up the application. App objects can be defined by dragging elements either from the Elements panel or from the Snapshot panel. Firstly, we need to declare a main window, web page, dialog box, or any other top-level window. Click on the caption of the window in the snapshot image or from the Elements panel and drag it over to the App Object panel. Similarly, we can drag and drop the required objects into the App Object panel. An app object is comprised of three parts: the object class, object name, and the path. The class of the object describes the type of the object and relates it to a class library where properties and methods are defined. The name of the object is arbitrary. The user may provide a name that will allow the object to be easily recognized. The path provides the automated test agent with the ability to recognize and locate objects in the application being tested. Ascential Test by default provides some of the unique path statements which you can find them in the app paths. You can also notice the attributes section here where all the attributes of the objects are defined. So the user can define the path uniquely of one's choice either from the attributes section or by dragging it from the app path. So this way the app objects are recognized and uniquely defined in Ascential Test. Next, let's look into how we can build up steps in Ascential Test. Ascential Test introduces the concept of reusable steps. A step is composed of a series of actions. Each step can be reused in as many tests as you need, which avoids creating the same test actions multiple times. When the application evolves, simply update a step and all the tests that you use it will be automatically updated. This unique approach reduces the test maintenance. In order to create a step, right-click on Steps and select Add Automated Step. Provide the appropriate step name followed by description and group. All the objects defined in the App Object panel have their built-in methods. The section below the snapshot is known as the Action panel. It comprises of the built-in methods where we can generate the actions of the objects to make up our steps. Firstly, we need to set active the current page or window. For that, click on the object, select the method Set Active from the events in the Action panel and select Append, and the action will be generated in the step. Next, we have the customer name text field. We need to set the value for this field. For that, select Set and append. Similarly, for the rest of the objects, the actions can be provided. Next, instead of hard coding the values, we can add parameters in order to make the step reusable. In order to add parameters, click on Data and select Add Parameters and then click on OK. Ascential test will generate the parameters directly in the correct type for each of the fields. So this way we can create reusable steps in Ascential test. Next, moving on to the test creation. A test is made up of reusable steps. In order to create a test, firstly we need to add an app state. Before adding an app state to the project, open the snapshot of the target application's main window or page and right-click on App States and select Add Windows App State as I am working on a Windows application. Select the app object for the target application home page and optionally provide a value of 30 seconds if there will be a delay before the page fully loads. And then click on OK. The onStart action is displayed in the test editor. If the application is already present, it shall return, else the application shall be invoked. In the onFinish, we close the application. When a test is based on an app state, it inherits the onStart and onFinish from the application. So the target application will be in the correct state before and after each test executes. Next, in order to create a test, right-click on Tests and select Add Test. An appropriate test name, description and group shall be provided. To base a test on an app state, simply select it from App State drop-down in the test editor. So, to build a test, drag and drop over the steps from the Project Explorer into the test editor. Next, since we are performing a data-driven testing, these fields shall be mapped to a data table. For that, click on Data and select Bind Data Table. Bind Data Table dialog shall be displayed. Appropriate data table name shall be provided and the record name shall be automatically displayed, which holds all the column field names that have been used in the step, and then click OK. So the data table with the respective fields has been created. So this is the data table that I have already created, before which consists of all the column names with their input data. You can notice that I have created multiple rows. So let me show you the need for this. Let's head back to our test editor. You can notice a method called queryTableRow has been used. This method is used by the Bind Data Table feature to query the data table based on the row ID that is passed in as a test parameter. So when you click on Run, it will ask from which row it needs to pick the data. You can provide the row number of your choice, either 1, 2 or 3, and run the test. This way, we can create multiple tests in Ascential test. Next, let's move on to plans. A plan is a combination of tests. In order to create a plan, right-click on Plans and select Add New Plan. An appropriate plan name shall be provided and click on OK. So, this is the test plan editor. The test plans can be built by dragging and dropping these tests into your test plan editor. So here I have created one already. In the first case, it picks the data from the row 1. And in the second case, it picks the data from row 2. In the lower section of the test plan editor, there are 3 attributes, namely run count, run group, and run priority. By default, a test associated with the test plan node is executed once. To run a test multiple times, use the built-in attribute run count. For example, if you provide an integer value of 100, it shall run the same test 100 times. When a set of tests with provided group name must be run, use the built-in attribute run group. By default, tests are run in the order in which they are listed in the test plan from top to bottom, that is, the default priority is 1. In case of dependency tests, where you need to run the tests later, then a priority of 2 or 3 shall be provided to run the test in accordance with the priority. So this is all about the test plan creation. Next, let's move on to suits. A suit is a combination of plans. To create a suit, right-click on Suits and select Add New Suit. Provide an appropriate suit name and click on OK. Suits provide a way to run tests from multiple plans. A suit might be created to run tests defined in different test plans, run the same plan more than once with different sets of data, or run the same plan more than once with the same data. So this is all about the suits. Next, let's look into the test set creation. Test sets provide a way to manage the execution of tests for a single or multiple Ascential test projects. In order to create a test set, right-click on Test Sets and select New Test Set and select the plan and say OK. In the test set editor, you can notice few tabs. Firstly, we have the Source tab. The source code is available in the Source tab. The Test tab displays all the tests that have been selected from various sources. There are options like Mark Lines, Unmarked Lines, where you can mark your tests and execute only the marked test cases using this option called Run Mark Tests. Likewise, we also have option called Run Single Test and to run all the tests as well. Next, we have the Runs tab. All the test run results will be present in the Runs tab. The test set contains a Notes tab, which is a free-form text field to be used to annotate the test set. This space may be used to explain each and every test results or record information for future planning. The test set consists of Attachment tab, which allows the user to attach files of any type. So finally, let's move on to the execution of the test case. Click on Run. The Run Test Set dialog appears. A default run name is provided. The user can override the default by providing a name for the run. If the run is associated with a build, the build number field should be updated. The user is also provided with a way to include tests based on the following criteria: automated or manual, passed or failed in a previous run within the test set, already run or not yet run within the test set. The dialog also displays tests which have been excluded from the run, tests which are blocked, tests which are already running or queued to run in another run within the test set, and tests which are in the test set but not in the current project. Now, click on OK. Now, the application is invoked, a new order is created, and the created order is saved, and it closes the application. The end-to-end test has been completed. You can notice a green tick mark which indicates that the test is passed. Test set reports can be viewed in real time from Ascential Test, printed or converted to many popular formats. To generate a report, select Generate Report from the Results menu. So you can notice the different formats of the reports available. The user can provide the report type of one's choice. Here I'm going to select Trace and click on OK. So this is the report generated by Ascential Test, where you can find the trace of the test execution. Well, I hope this demo on end-to-end test creation in Ascential Test was informative. For more information, contact us at info@matrixsoft.com. And for more details, visit our website at www.matrixsoft.com. Thank you.